Well, greetings and salutations, Pipe Pals. Holy Smoking Pipe Padre here on a Tuesday with a Tuesday Dunhill. Okay, couple of updates here. Let's see if I can get, there's a little Elsie there. Say hi, Elsie! Say hi! Oh, look at that kitty. She's saying hi. Hope this is going to turn out okay. Say hi, kids. Say hi. Okay, good. All right. Now you got to see the cat. Most of you want to see my videos only now for the cat, and that's okay. That's all right. I'm all right about that. Okay. I think I told you I was going to experiment with putting this Sherlock Holmes in here in the refrigerator to see how it did. And I don't think it really did a whole lot. The seal on this is kind of shot. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you can see in there. I'm gonna go in here in the pantry room here. It's moist, but it's not. It's certainly not wet. No. So it didn't dry out, and that was the point. It was pretty dry, and so anyway, I just thought I'd see if it would, like if it would keep better in the fridge. And I'll go ahead and put it back in there now, and then try some a little bit later. Okay, so the reason for this video is so I can celebrate a glorious pipe with you. Okay. But one of the things about pipes is cleaning them and keeping them clean.
Yes, I'm quite pleased. Looking forward to smoking this as well.
So I went on the YouTube, good old YouTube, looking for people who were cleaning pipes. Here's a gentleman here, I think his name is Bradley, Things and Stuff, or Stuff and Things, HR Puffin Stuff, or whatever. Anyway, but he had an interesting video. But there were other people who also had videos on how to clean the pipe stem. Yeah. And again, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to, how's that look? How's that looking, huh? Okay. Thought we'd go out here and is this working? Okay, so we're going to clean these dirty pipes here. This one here has a lot of, I don't know if that was paint from when the house was remodeled over at Good Shepherd. This ancient calabash here, look at the stem on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these products here to try and restore the stems. Now, I am not going to go through the laborious process on film. All I'm going to do is I'm showing you the materials that I've used. I've seen a few videos. A gentleman by the name of Keshavet gave me some ideas. In Death We Trust. I don't know if he's still on there on the YouTube, but I remember him from years ago. He had a video using some wax. Again, a special wax. This guy named Bradley on Stuff and Things talks about using a very special wax that you can order to help polish rusticated pipes and smooth pipes and the stems. Now, I don't have those waxes with me, but I'm going to try to use just common household things and see if I can clean these stems and get them to look somewhat clean and respectable and shiny. Well, howdy there, Pipe Pals. It's Holy Smoking Pipe Padre. Just kind of showing you basically, real quickly, my tobacco collection. Somebody asked me about that. Here are some tobaccos that I just rediscovered, and I thought I'd bring them out. They seem to be doing pretty good. Here's one of my favorite ones, Autumn Caramel Apple. There's a Boswell's Berry Cobbler. Still got some bits and pieces. Da Vinci. Let's see what else we got. Black Raspberry. That's a good one. From the Briar Patch Autumn Breeze. I'm looking forward to that again. And some other assorted back tobaccos from the Tinderbox. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go on into the old the rest of the house here. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, it's really a gorgeous day here, believe it or not. Let me get some coffee. We're gonna go out onto the veranda here. Just made some coffee. Oh, I'm gonna sip a coffee here. That's great. That's great. My Baumholder coffee mug. Yep. Kind of a bit of a, but look how gorgeous it is out here. This is, and here's your favorite cat right there. There she is, little Elsie, the new kitty. Elsie the new kitty, and this is her jungle. This is her jungle. It used to be inhabited by chickens, and now it's her jungle. It's your jungle, kitty. Yeah. Oh boy. Happy cat. That is a happy cat. Okay, so how y'all doing? Okay, so let me kind of let's see, how does this look here? I gotta frame it up. You know, that would be kind of cool if I had actually an app on my phone that I could actually use to look at the viewfinder on the iPhone. Now that would be a pretty cool app. Okay. All right. Let me lay housekeeping. Oh shoot. You know what? I didn't bring my other lighter, my Dunhill lighter. Got this wonderful I just love this pipe. This is a Dunhill, restored Dunhill, although it's getting tarnished again, you can see, but add some character to it. All right. Excellent. Smoking some Boswell's Northwoods. Boswell's Northwoods. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, how y'all doing? Well, I thought I would just come out here in this gorgeous, lovely, oh man, today, it's one of those rare summer days where you actually enjoy it being summer. Haven't turned on the air conditioner. It's probably, let's see, let me just show you how warm it is. It is 94 degrees, according to my Apple Watch, 94 degrees. Here, let's do that again. Come on, Apple Watch, don't do that to me. 94 degrees right there, that's what Mickey says. Okay. And, that's great. So I'm sitting out here, and you know, it's one of those days. Yes, it's warm, but you know, it's just, how do you say it? It's perfect. It's like, well, yeah, it's warm, but it's summer, and it's like, okay, it's warm, but it's not like blistering hot. It's not muggy. We don't get a lot of muggy weather here. But there's a coolness in the air that's kind of underneath. It's underneath. We say in theology, when we were doing a lot of biblical stuff, it's underneath the text. So even though it's not explicit, It's underneath. You can sense that autumn is coming. Oh man. Well, I've got about close to 24 hours on a fast, and my magic number is 36. But yesterday, I had some really dear friends come up from Sacramento, from Southern California, and just had fun cooking a nice meal for them, and it turned out pretty darn good, and I just enjoyed it so much. And also been learning a little bit about resistant starch. Talk about that in a little bit too. But anyway, smoking this Boswell's, and I probably got this little pouch from Boswell's about 4 years ago. It's traveled with me. Somebody had asked me to show my tobacco collection, and that's something that, you know, I've never really done. I mean, I've talked about pipes, you know, yabos, box openings, tobacco reviews, and certainly you've seen my menagerie of pipe tobacco. Also, I've been not feeling good the last few days. Kind of like a summer cold, and just been really, really tired. Had really bad sore throat. I was really concerned about that at first. I'm going, oh my gosh, it's throat cancer. Yep, there we go. But I'm happy to say that I don't think that's what it was. I just think it was a good old-fashioned sore throat and summer cold. Feel fine now. And really enjoying this, if you can't tell. Just a couple of things. I have one of the folks asked me what my favorite tobacco is, getting back to this whole tobacco collection thing, and I will probably make a video about that, because I do have, and I feel a little bit guilty, I guess, because I've cellared some really nice tobaccos over the last 4 or 5 years. And I have like a couple of boxes that are just unopened tins and bags. Kitty, don't chew on that. That may not be good for your fur. No, don't do that. Little Elsie just jumped up on the patio table and is looking around. I got, real quickly, I'll try to do a little Kitty in the jungle there. She's hiding. There she is. Okay, there she is. For those of you who want to see Kitty, there's the new Kitty. That's Elsie. Elsie. Lily Cinders making an appearance right there. All you other cat fans out there, go get your cats. My cat's there. There she is. Lily Cinders. Elsie, the little baby terrorist. Anyway, you can see over here, look what I got. And over here was a vat that I used to clean up some old pipe stems. Now I have to be honest, I am in the process of learning how to use a Dremel tool. There was a guy on YouTube, had a pretty good video on how to use a Dremel tool to buff out stems and polish them. Now, I have in the past, I did get a turning wheel. This goes back probably 10, 12 years ago, when I was down in Los Osos, means Valley of the Bears in Spanish, Los Osos. And I actually started buffing out pipes, and I did it maybe with 2 or 3, and I had pretty good success. And it's not, the turning wheels aren't that expensive, really. You can buy one for about $100, maybe not even that. But the thing is that it's the pads and the rubbing compounds and the buffing compounds that really make it work. I want to say a little special thank you to Matches860, because he had a little video on how to clean pipe stems as well. And you know, everybody has their own method to do it. And some people, I think, have more of a, there's a couple of people, I guess his name used to be Acacia Vet. He had one that was more kind of a pre-maintenance, a maintenance kind of a thing. So if you had a pipe that already had fairly good stem on it, that was polished, then you wipe it down, and then you specially treat it with chapstick and buff it out, it'll keep it longer like that. But the ones that I have that are really gross, that are oxidized to, they almost look like they have the texture of rough sandpaper finish. Those are the ones that I wanted to see if I can restore. So I saw this guy on YouTube, and he was doing a Dremel demonstration. And it was interesting because he kind of started off as a novice, and then towards the end he really finally figured it out. And maybe I can put his little link down in the sand bucket below. But it was very interesting, but he kind of gave me hope that maybe if I had a Dremel I could do it. So anyway, I went out the other day and I got a Dremel. I did play with it a little bit tonight, but I realized that there's one rubbing compound that I do not have that I do need to have. It's called White Diamond. And then I have to fix a special little modal brush, not brush, but a polishing pad. And then I have to get the carnauba wax, and I ordered carnauba wax, and I probably need to obviously order the White Diamond, because I didn't do that, so I got to do that. But you can order these things online. So anyway, that's what I need to do. I need to have all the components, but I got the tool, and I did kind of buff out the first stem, but okay, it looked really horribly oxidized. I think I even had some paint splatters on it. It was my Churchill, my church warden. That I am trying to restore. So now that I've kind of decided, okay, I really didn't want to go down this road of, you know, taking, you know, the time to basically learn how to really professionally take care of my pipes, you know, the buffing and the polishing. But I'm going to be probably, I probably am going to go ahead and get a turning wheel, just because I know that I can make it work, and as long as I'm careful, I won't burn any of the pipes. But it's the only thing really that really seems to work. And so I'll get the bubbing compounds, I'll get the pads, and I'll start playing with it. You know, maybe I could even set it up out here underneath the awning, so it's not, so it should be fine. So, but the thing is, I like pipes, and I like them to look a certain way. I like them to be clean. I like them to be, you know, lustrous in their shine. Because I think a clean pipe is a better smoking pipe. I think we'd all agree on that. So I'm gonna start experimenting and working with the Dremel tool and just see what I can do. If I can achieve the look that I want without having to get a turning wheel, and I can do it completely with the Dremel, with the rubbing compounds that I'm ordering, then I'll do it. But if I can't, then that's the next level that I know I can make that work, because I did it before. The only problem is that you have to really know what you're doing, and you have to be careful, because you can really destroy a pipe pretty quickly. But that's how you learn. You make mistakes and you learn that way. But anyway, so it's kind of like powerful medicine to bring back the shine, but it works. So I don't have anything to show you today. I was going to try to do a, well, here's what they look like now, and here's what they look like, you know, the before and after thing. But I don't have an after, so I'm sorry about that. I'm really delighted that the Boswell tobaccos, and I know I've said this before, maybe tip this just a bit, just in case it's not recording. The Boswell tobaccos are just excellent. The moment you get them, there's hardly any tongue bite at all. Great flavor. And the other third thing I have to say is their sustainability. You know, some things you buy and they dissipate just like anything we buy in life, and it depreciates. And I haven't really, and I have to be honest, I haven't really gone to great lengths to cellar these, as you can tell. But boy, they're just a very, very well-crafted product, and I just enjoy them so much. And they have lots of different, from soup to nuts. They've got everything from stout English to really flowery, sweet aromatics. And even stuff in between. So there you go. And I'm smoking this Northwoods, and it's absolutely delicious. It really is. Man, what a gorgeous late afternoon, summer evening almost. I could almost spend the rest of the day out here. I want to say hello to Grizzly Mouse Bear. I hope I'm saying that auf Deutsch richtig. He's a Pfeifenfreund in Deutschland. Always makes wonderful comments. Been a subscriber and viewer for a number of years. And but he had to tell me in his very kind way. He said, you know, the 360 videos are interesting, but I like this format better, and I have to agree. The 360 videos are just way too much time-consuming processing. Now that if I have to go back and add a secondary soundtrack to get the better sound, they're not really 4K. Even if they were 4K, it doesn't really. Most people don't have 4K screens. I mean, some people are getting them now. But the quality that you would get as a result of putting in all that work is so minimal, it's just not worth it. And a high definition video right now is the standard pretty much video. It's not, again, it's not cutting edge, it's not 360, it's not 4K, but it's what everybody basically is accustomed to. And that's what we can film in pretty comfortably with an iPhone. GoPro, yeah. So, well, this is good. I decided that, from now on, I'm just going to, until things kind of, maybe in the future, I'm going to use my finger as my tamper right now. I didn't bring my tamper out with me. But, so anyway, I just thought I'd come back just to basic standard stuff and make videos and just enjoy, making a couple of pipe videos for you all. Oh man, just a gorgeous afternoon. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. There was a couple things I kind of wanted to maybe talk about. Um, mm, yeah. I been going on a. I think I told you this. This is one of my fast days. Um, so, but I'm probably going to end it in another hour or so. I'm not going to do the 360. I mean, the 360, the 36-hour fast. I don't think. Anyway, I was going to talk a little bit about this thing called resistant starch. Kind of fascinating, and but I think I'll save that for a later video. But I wanted to talk about something that I think maybe all of us can relate to. I don't know if you can see this. Now you wouldn't be able to see because I'd have to go through the tree. But there's a blue jay, and it kind of terrorizes my little kitten. And but she's trying to, I think she's trying to stand up to this blue jay. Well, there it is. Oh, it's just a tiny blue jay. Oh, it's not even a blue jay. Anyway, too cute. She loves this backyard. This is her jungle. So that's one thing about cats, is that they have their little territory. And a lot of people who have followed me for a while, they asked about the little kitty cat Snowball that was kind of the foreclosure cat that kind of showed up on my doorstep several years ago. I think that blue jay, it is a blue jay. I think that blue jay kind of feels that this is his jungle, and I guess it is to some extent. But now he's seeing a cat. He's going, "What's that cat doing in my jungle?" And my cat's going, "What's that bird doing in my jungle?" It's going to be interesting. Very sweet smoke, I have to be honest with you. But the reason why I didn't bring Snowball to live here with me was because that cat had spent most of probably its adult life, if not its entire life, in that neighborhood. And like lots of cats that kind of go from house to house, it had its own routine, and it had its own, its own little ecosystem that it was comfortable and familiar with. And if you recall, at the time when I first came here to Chico, it was inhabited by 6 rather large Rhode Island Reds. And it's been my experience that cats just don't travel well. I mean, if they're indoor cats, yes. But see, my cats, I like them to be indoor-outdoor, because I think it's really healthy for them to be outside as well as inside. It's good for them to be acclimated, to, say, the litter box when they're in the house. If you have to leave them there for a day or two, you can give them some food. They'll be okay for a day or two, not a problem. But bringing a cat to this new place, it just wasn't going to work, and I just didn't want to take the chance of what happens with a lot of cats, is that they get so freaked out, they run away, and then they're completely lost. They don't know the new territory well enough, and then they get lost, and then they're really in trouble because they're just at the mercy of whoever or whatever, and unfortunately a lot of them just don't make it. So I just didn't want to take that chance. And Father Leon said he'd feed Snowball and take care of him, so I thought, well, okay. So anyway, that's why I left Snowball. And I've been, thinking about getting a pet for the last, since I've been here. And so it just seemed to work out. So that's why I got the little kitten last week. So we've been together now just a little over a week. and she's just loving every little moment that she's here. She's got all sorts of things to explore and play with, and I'm one of her kitty cat toys too, so there you go. So the thing I wanted to talk about, and this is what I'll conclude with today, this afternoon, as I'm enjoying this, gosh, gorgeous, gorgeous day. Hi, Elsie. Hello, kitty. Is one of the things that as I kind of process things, and we all process things. I mean, that's just part of what we do. I think us pipe smokers are a little bit more kind of in tune with processing and thinking about things because we take time to just do that. But one of the things that has been kind of presenting itself to me is this whole idea of our internal world versus our external world. And how those two sometimes overlap, how sometimes they, you know, kind of reflect each other, and sometimes how there can be completely how they can sometimes be congruent and non-congruent. I don't know if you're like me. As I used to say, if you're like me, and I am, sometimes my internal world, the way I interpret life and experiences, relationships, ideas, is, you know, there are certain things that I used to, we all do, we used to interpret our external world. And sometimes they can kind of they can be at odds. I guess that's what I'm going to say. They can be at odds. Now, I'm not talking about culture wars and philosophy differences between people. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is sometimes when you begin to interpret your external world, and it's kind of like a blind person trying to figure out an elephant. Because some of your mechanisms for interpreting things, they're limited. But let's say that, you know, you were able to, in the past, let's say because of your limitations, you were able to successfully figure out a few things and go, aha, this is reliable. But again, the old saying is like three blind men trying to determine what an elephant is. One guy, as he's touching the elephant's tail, he says, oh, elephant is a very slender creature. It's like a whip. And the other guy says, oh, no. As he's wrapping his arms around the leg of the elephant. No, 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 no. Elephant is like a tree. It's a mighty, mighty, wide, big animal. Very strong and not very, you know, you can't bend it or anything. And the other guy who's playing with the trunk goes, oh, no, no, an elephant's like a snake. It coils and it has great strength and it you know. So all three of them are right, but they're not all, they all don't have the bigger picture of combining all those elements. And sometimes when we're going through things in our life, we're very quick to make a quick determination based on previous experiences, similar experiences, that uh-oh, this is a bad thing that's happening. This is a bad thing on the horizon. This is going to get bad. This is coming down. It's not going to be good. And so the last couple of days I've had those kind of experiences that lead me to quickly say, uh-oh, we got, warning, Will Robinson, warning, danger, danger. And so one of the things that sadly can happen is you misinterpret something, and then you act on that without, say, getting more clarification, more information, and maybe then you make a bad decision, and then it does become a real problem. So one of the things that I'm kind of trying to learn is not just trying to differentiate between, is what I'm perceiving and feeling inside, am I getting an accurate reading of that? Or am I over-exaggerating? Am I overcompensating? Well, hello there, kitty. And if I am, how can I correct that? It's like when you were driving a car for the first time with power steering, and it's really easy. I mean, back in the day when they had those bigger cars, and the power steering was just feather light, and you just almost breathe on the wheel, and it would just turn left or right very easily. But if you overcompensated, your tendency would be to overcompensate in the other direction, and you would still be in trouble. You had to learn to gently recalibrate, the steering so you didn't overcorrect. And I think that's kind of the little bit of a lesson that I'm kind of going through right now, whereas I want to kind of fix something, get something straightened out, and I overcompensate because my insides are telling me, oh, this is a problem. You need to fix it. You need to fix it now. Whereas sometimes a little bit of time, and I'm not talking about the herb, you kind of wait to get a little bit more information, because sometimes I discovered that my insides were telling me they were interpreting them but incorrectly. So it's a good thing to analyze and say, okay, is my internal self congruent? Is it in harmony with the external world? And I'm discovering if I'm going through something, if it's challenging, if it's got problems, and I feel overwhelmed, I'm finding that one of the best tools that I have, it doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying it, you can do this with everything, but it's okay to withhold, judgment on a certain situation. The jury's still out on that one, and we need more time, we need more facts. So what I try to do now, when I want to respond, but I know that it doesn't feel right, I give myself the gift of time. It's sort of like tuning a guitar, I guess. Have you ever tuned a guitar? There's a certain point as you're tuning it, you know it's getting closer to being in tune as opposed to out of tune, but it's not quite there yet. But if you gradually keep at it, eventually you're going to get that right note, that right A note, if you're doing a guitar, I guess. And it's going to be okay. But sometimes you can't let panic set in, because then you'll 9 times out of 10 I always make the wrong decision then. But if I give myself the gift of time, and sometimes having a pipe gives me that pause. And that's why I think pipe smoking can be a real benefit to problem solving. Old Sherlock Holmes would say it's a 3-pipe problem. Because you gotta give yourself time, that gift of time, to sometimes figure things out. I was talking to old Gary Portier about my little message this weekend I'm supposed to come up with for my other channel, and sometimes I don't have a clue what I'm going to say, and sometimes I find that if I don't try to force anything, eventually, maybe if I'm peeling an onion or I'm cooking up something, and an idea will pop into my head and go, hey, there, that's how I can hang this is what I can hang the old message on, and I can do that. And sometimes, people give you ideas, and sometimes just sitting like I am right now and just enjoying, man, beautiful breeze blowing, sunset breeze, she's a good girl. But that's something I just wanted to share. Maybe you got something out of it, maybe you didn't, but hey, go ahead, like and subscribe anyway. And remember, get them pipes out. Don't be afraid. Maybe that's the lesson about this whole video. Don't be afraid to learn new things when it comes to pipe smoking. For me, the new learning curve is, finding a way that I can beautifully restore and keep my pipes looking store-bought new, enjoying them instead of them getting all ugly and brown and oxidized and kind of like, but really being able to enjoy and celebrate and say, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna restore that pipe. I'm gonna learn how to do this. And I'm going to have a new tool in my kit of things that's going to be something that not only am I going to be able to do for myself, but I might be able to, if I get really good at it, could say, hey, have a little business on the side. I don't know. Not that I need a business, but I'm just saying it'd be something I could, if somebody said, hey, do you know how to buff out a pipe and make it look brand new again? I said, yeah, I can do that for you. No problem. Haven't learned it yet, but I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay. So anyway, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Right, Elsie? Kitty? 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 Yeah, anyway, I don't even see my cat or not. Back there behind me somewhere. Okay, so light up your world and light up your pipe and enjoy wherever you're at. Bye-bye. Hello, cuteness. Yep. Camera shy. Camera shy. Oh, very good. Oh.